Welcome everybody. Welcome to my live. Thank you so much for coming. Actually, you're helping me. All of those that watch now, leave me some comments. This is Gardening Gail 2012, Positive Gail. I'm Sweet Gail 2012, and I'm just on live. Let's talking about got some gardening spiritually, mentally, and physically garden. When you decide to garden, well, life is a garden, beautiful garden. And again, I'm heavy on you decide, you choose what you allow to grow. Good, bad, ugly. Um, you know, you decide to pick that particular seed to grow in your mind, spiritually, mentally, and physically. So, um what I'm uh, just kind of venting about at this moment is me personally. No one else. So y'all like my hat, like my hat out there. The sun's was shining a little bright, and so I'm just sitting, waiting for my youngest to get out of one of his activities, and I decided to go live. That's when I usually decide to go live. So I'm just sitting in the car, journaling, reflecting, and at that time. So yeah, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining the live. So um I'm like just sitting here waiting. Thank you for joining the live. And I'm speaking about anger and resentment, holding it, and how I don't want those seeds to grow in my garden anymore. To me, they're just like weeds. They're stealing nutrients from other flowers and plants in my mental and physical garden that I don't want to grow anymore. So I need to dig those up. I need to weed. And then I want to plant some new seeds to get roots at this time to see. Yeah. So I want to plant some new seeds um in my garden to take roots. I don't want those seeds I planted mentally, physically, and spiritually inside of me of anger and resentment to grow anymore. I want those seeds to transfer into a beautiful flower plant that I can eat. So I'm talking about holding on to resentment, anger, and releasing it. That's it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I don't want to deal with it anymore. Um, you know, I love to garden. So I'm gonna release that anger and resentment because understand anger, I'm the blame. I decided to be angry about a situation, a person, people, a place. I chose to be angry. And so it's up to me to let go. Nobody else can do it for me. You know, being a widow, whatever I'm angry about, I chose to be angry about it. No one else. So it's up to me. So yeah, I decided to go live while my youngest is attending activity and I'm just in the car waiting. So yeah, I looked up that mantra. It said just hold your fist, hold both of your fists and breathe and say positive affirmations for like 15 minutes and see how you feel. You need some more 15 minutes, let it go. So that helped me. Also dancing, and then someone in my comments, ashes for I think mourning, something for joy. She did something. Always, you pray about it. And hey, and also I came up with a method too. So I was we're in a waning crescent moon, and so waning crescent moon, because of okay. So when you're gardening with the moon underground we can't see is drawing moisture. So it's focused on drawing the energy down, the moisture down to your roots to help root development because it's about to be a new moon and it's helping your roots get stronger. If you can translate that into everyday life, gardening is a beautiful. Your life is a beautiful garden. So during that time, fertilizing, covering, mulching, protecting your plants, growing root crops, carrots, potatoes, strong crops that food that holds you, things of that nature. If you want to interrelate gardening, everyday life. Um, so I planted some root crops. So what I decided to do is I wrote on a paper of what I'm so angry about, what I'm resenting, people, places, thing. I had to be brave enough to call that out for myself. To say, hey, you're the Gail, you're the problem. You're holding the resentment. They could care less about what you're angry about, what you're being resentful, and you're being angry is only stressing you and only harming you. So what I did is on a piece of paper, I actually wrote down what I was feeling angry and resentful about situations, people, places, things. And doing that also discovered like some fear. Like what? Why I was scared of something. That's what it boiled down to. I was scared of. Oh, they do that. Somebody gonna do that. Do that. Yeah, but I had to come to grips with that. Anyway, so I labeled, though I put it in a column, I labeled those seeds of anger, resentment, whatever. And I actually got some roots, seeds, turnips, and beets, things that I know are gonna grow right now. So I had to ask myself, as in gardening, am I in the right zone to grow this particular good seed I want to plant right now? The zone is my soil inside, mentally, physically. Is my soil warm enough to work with? Or am I still cold inside? Am I still cold inside to not allow this seed and moisture that the heavens above are giving me to work with to transform this seed into a beautiful plant? So my climate inside, my soil inside has to be right, the right temperature, or it's not going to be a beautiful seed that's going to grow. It's going to dry up and not be good anymore. So I have to make sure my zone is good, my climate zone is good, my soil is your soil light and fluffy for those roots to develop? Does it have enough fertilizer and nutrients to grow something beautiful there? So all of that, and again, I translate that into gardening. So yeah, that's what I did today. So I actually wrote down that those feelings of anger and resentment that I'm allowing to take up space in my mental and physical, and I buried them. Oh, I buried them. I buried them in a hole, and I feel like I'm gonna do this until for 3 days. I'm gonna do this for 3 days. So so I'm gonna bury those seeds of anger and resentment for the next 3 days. And what I'm going to do is put a seed in a hole with that paper, with that list of that anger and resentment that I have inside of me, and pray on it and let it be released. That's what I'm going to do. That's going to help me. And I'm praying that it's going to help me to release that anger and resentment that I realized I was holding, making myself angry and sick and stressed and worried, and even that it was fear. So I decided that I actually physically buried that fear, that anger, and I released it that way. And I'm going to, for the next 3 days, an area in my garden, I'm going to bury a seed with that little note of anger and resentment to help me. So so I feel inside my climate, my soil's warm enough and workable, and my mind is fertilized, my spirit is fertilized enough for that seed to grow. Greetings, hello, welcome in. Thank you for watching. I'm talking about releasing anger and resentment for myself. Being a widow, there's some things I have to move on, I have to grow, and I have to let go. As hard as it is, whatever I'm scared about, angry about, or resentful about at this time, it's time to release it. That's it. And so, what one of the ways I'm doing dancing, praying, meditating, frequencies, greetings. Greetings. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining my live. Don't forget to like it. So I'm talking about I physically put a seed in the ground. I wrote out my anger and resentment and fear and released it. I put it in the ground. I'm going to do it for the next 3 days and watch the healing transform into a beautiful plant that's going to nourish me. That's how I feel about it. That's going to, oh, thank you so much for subscribing, Angela. I really appreciate it. It's so good. I appreciate it. So I'm talking about guarding and me letting go anger and resentment. Um, I am a widow for less than 1 year. Uh, and still healing. It hasn't even been a year yet. We just had Mother's Day. Again, a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, a lot. No one else's fault but mine. I'm holding it, and I have to let go. I welcomed it. I allowed it. So I have to let go of that anger and resentment. And yeah, it's up to me. So that's what my life is about today. Thank you for everyone that is watching. So letting go of that anger and resentment, I actually physically put a seed in the ground. I want that seed to transfer to I planted some turnips. So let's see how it's going to turn up into a beautiful, nourishing plant that will feed us and give me strength and just become something beautiful in the future. I know it will. So yeah, this is Positive Gail, Gardening Gail. Thank you for watching Sweet Gail from 2012. And you can always, if you rewatch it, let me know in the comments, how do you release anger, resentment, fear? To get it out. Don't let it stress you anymore. Name some ways that you allow it that. I felt like again, my zone had to be right to plant that good seed again. My soil, mental, physical, inner soil had to be warm enough, workable soil, mulch, fertilize it. All this is, I think this is the right time for me to release that. Okay, so let me know in the comments, let me know in the lives. How do you do it? Some suggestions for yourself. Let me know. Thank you, everybody, for liking and sharing. Sweet Gail 2012, y'all. Live. I was just sitting here waiting for one of my youngest to finish up one of his activities, since I was just waiting in the car while they do that. I appreciate everyone who's liked the live and who's watching. And life is a beautiful garden. What do you have? What do you have growing? Until next time, this is Sweet Gail 2012.